YouTube. Today I'm going to be showing you how to change your oil on a 1998 Honda CBR 600 F3. Alright, what you're going to need for this is about a gallon jug of oil or 4 quarts of SAE 10W40 Honda racing oil, or whatever kind of oil you normally put in your bike. It should be 10W40 though. A drain pan that can hold about a gallon or more. You're gonna need an oil filter. Let's see, Honda genuine parts, yeah. Gonna need an oil filter wrench, or you can use a non-conventional method to take off your oil filter, like stabbing a screwdriver through it, but I don't like to do that. About a gallon water jug or a bleach jug or some kind of plastic container, and a funnel. Alright, first thing is first, you want to start your bike up and let it idle for a little bit. I already did that just to get the engine and the oil warmed up so you get better oil flow. The next thing you want to do is come right here to your dipstick on the right side of the bike, unscrew it, and just kind of let it sit there off to the side. Then you come over here to the left side of the bike and get your stator cover, come right under here by the exhaust, and there, right there is your oil screw. That's the screw you're going to take out to drain your oil. 17mm socket or wrench, either way. Get that bolt loosened with your socket, and just come down here with your fingers and start undoing it, and this oil flow will flow pretty fast, so you're gonna get some on your fingers, but it's alright, you can just wash it off or whatever. Start bringing it out, and there we go. All that dirty oil. And I'm not sure if this pan holds a gallon or not, so I'm gonna watch it and make sure it doesn't overflow. Alright, we're down to a drip now. Looks like this pan is holding it all. Then you're going to come over here to your current oil filter and put your socket, your oil wrench on, oil socket wrench thing, whatever you want to call it, on there. And then take your socket wrench with your extender and your 17mm socket. Come right here in between the exhaust pipes. It's a little tricky. Make sure your drain pan's under your oil filter, and then wrench away, and that's gonna start to drip. Loosen it quite a bit. And once you got that off, it's going to continue to drip a little bit out of there. And just take it, and there's still going to be some oil. And just pour the rest of that oil out of it before you go to throw it away or anything. And now you have your oil filter off. Now just let your bike sit for a good 15-20 minutes and let all this drain out really good, and then you can ensue to put the new oil filter on. Oh, and before you put the new one on, you're gonna want to wipe around here because it's probably pretty dirty. Mine is. You can see like a definitive line between dirt and clean, so you want to get all that off before you put the new one on. Make sure it doesn't get in there. Alright, now you're gonna be going to put your new oil filter back on, but before you do that, you wanna get your finger on it with a little bit of the new oil on it, and put it around the O-ring, so that way this doesn't keeps it nice and keeps it where it can get moisture and keeps it from seeding to the metal. Just kind of give it a nice health thing, and also on the threads. Get it on the threads. Once that's good to go, you can insert to screw that back onto the bike. Alright, now you got that, but you also want to take a little bit of oil and put on the ribs of your oil filter wrench, because sometimes you'll have problems getting this off. Once you get it tightened down a little bit, so that'll keep it from sticking on the oil filter once it's on there. Alright, now once you get it going with your fingers, once it tightens and the seal contacts the engine, you want to get your oil wrench on there and tighten it another 3/4 of a turn. You don't want to over tighten it, just 3/4 of a turn, and that should be about right to the torque specifications. Alright, got that cinched down. It's on there pretty good. Wipe off this excess oil, and there's your new oil filter installed. Then you want to get again some more oil and put on the threads of the bolt that's going back into the bottom of the bike. Come back down here to the bottom of the bike. Start putting that in. Finger tighten it, and then tighten that down pretty good with your socket wrench, and then I'll show you the next step. Now I took my dipstick out, it's sitting right here, and I got the funnel in. And then you just take your new oil and start pouring it in there. And just as much that came out of it should go back in. The book says 3.5 quarts, and there's 4 quarts in a gallon, so almost a full gallon. Do about, over 3/4, just to where there's a little bit left in the jug, and then check it with your dipstick. After you've put your new oil in, your oil level should be in between those 2 marks somewhere. It doesn't really matter where, but just should be somewhere in between the 2 notches. This one and that one, in between those 2. Anywhere in there is good to go. And then just put your dipstick back in, and there you have just changed your oil.